Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Keith with Craps TX. Thank you so much for tuning in. Before we get started, as always, if you don't mind hitting that thumbs up for us, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when we put out another video. So this is going to be the third and final in this series of $500 bankroll, $15 table, how I would play it. So we finished off the last one with 908, and just a little disclaimer, which if you watched all the way to the end of the second in the series, I did make a mistake on early on in that video where I mistook a 10 for a 9, and so some of the payouts were skewed after that. So I did acknowledge it, put a note at the end, and said I would explain it on the beginning of the next video, which is this one. So there's your explanation. I did say I was going to just continue with the same bankroll because basically we're just trying to show you strategies. This is not real money, obviously, so it's not like I'm trying to break the bank here. So anyway, 908 is what we left off the second video with. So this was, like I said, third and final in this series. So there's 4, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll start off with that. Same thing, we're just going to play some various $15 strategies. We did just get back from a short trip to La Berge in Lake Charles where I did horribly, and I may address that on another video and try some of the stuff that I did prior on that one. First off, let's get a change for 100 just to kind of break it down a little bit. And probably should get some more red chips. Let's just get 5 of them for now. Not a whole lot, but at least get us started on this series, or this final video in the series. Let's get us a set of dice. I'm gonna use the green dice for the last one here. See if that'll work any. All right, we are not the shooter. I will be a shooter a few times in the video, but for this first one, I'm not the shooter. So we're coming out looking for a point. All right, dice out. We have a 3, 1, 4. All right, 4 is going to be our point. As I said, if we didn't catch it, this is a $15 table. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and start off with, I'm at 900, so let's just still be a little, well, no. I was going to say let's be a little conservative, but here, what I'll do is I'll just start off with 60. Need to place my 6 and 8 for 60 each. So we'll start off with that, and we'll try to get that spread to 96. All right, and I'll try to explain some of these payouts. Apparently I wasn't as clear on the last video as I should have been with some of the payouts, and people were thinking I was putting money back to the dealer mistakenly, but it was just the way I was paying myself out. Dice out. Lots of explanations in this video. There's one. Why the hell did I get a 7? So there's an explanation for you. All right, so that is a 7 out, 0.7 out. I did happen to see a lot of those in Lake Charles over the last few days, so that sucked. All right, let's get us a new set of dice, and I will be the shooter on this next one, just for the heck of it. So we'll put $15 on the pass line. As I said, $15 table. As long as you put 15 out, you're good. And we're coming out looking for a point. Dice are out. There is a 6-5. Yo, that works. That pays us 15 on the front line. Pass line pays 7 and 11. And loses on the 2, 3, and 12 on the come out roll. All right, so we got a hard 6. 6 will be our point. So 6 is covered by the pass line down there. Let's get some more change. Probably should have got a lot of change before we started. But I'll go ahead and cover that with odds, just single odds on the 6. And let's get even more change. There's 4 for 100. And we'll do 30 on the 8. And do we want to cover anything else? For now, no. Let's just go with that. All right, we got a 4-2-6. So we got a buckshot point. That'll pay us down there. We got 15 on the flat, and it'll pay 18 on the odds. So there you go. We'll go ahead and condense that down. Well, I said we would. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quarter. And we'll put the rest over here, and that we'll still have 5. There's 5 there. Another quarter. All right, so we've got what, $62, $63 over there. So kind of covered our initial bet. So for the rest of this hand, we're at least playing with being in the profit. So yeah, let's get a new point. We'll leave that 8 out there for now. There is a 12. Okay, so we're going to lose that pass line. We'll just go ahead and take from there and there. $15. Keep it out there. Nice out. There is a 4-2-6. All right, so we're going to be back on the 6. Same thing. I will cover that 6 with single odds, so 15 behind. And we'll leave the 8 for now. Do I want to grab another number? Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's go ahead and grab the 5. We'll grab the 5 for 30 also. All right, dice out. And I guess I should have grabbed the 9. There's a 5-4-9. Doesn't help us. 6-5, yo. Still no help. And a 5-2-7 out. So yeah, there you go. Start to get a little aggressive, and well, I mean, if you're not trying, you're not going to hit, right? So you can only be so conservative. So I left over with $8. All right, so we're no longer the shooter. We'll get us a new set of dice. We'll wait for the point to be hit or point to be set. Nothing really there. There's an 8, 6-2-8. All right, coming out, looking for a point. Dice out and jumpy. 6-4-10. 10 will be our point. And we will go with the same thing. We'll go with the 30 on the 6 and 8. See if we can't make something happen this time. All right, dice out. There's an 8, hard 8. Okay, so that'll work. All right, that 8, that 30 pays 35. I am going to throw in $1 from the rack. That makes that 36. 36, 66, 96. I am going to take this 96 and put it over here. I am then going to ask the dealer to put me 96 across, just so nobody's confused as to why the money is going back into the dealer's bank. All right, so that was $96. I'm going to put $96 back out. 15 on each, 18 on the 6 and 8. Just so we're clear. If we're not clear, go ahead and put some questions or whatever down in the comments. I do make mistakes, but there's other times when I don't, and I'm trying to explain it out. There's a mistake. There's a 7. So we are immediately out that money. So we're out the 60 whatever that we put out there originally. And that's a big chunk. And that happened to me also while I was in Lake Charles. I did spread out to 96 a couple of times, and it went right away. All right, so that is it for that shooter. Do we want to be the shooter again? Sure, why not? We'll get us 5 for a quarter. And I might have to get some more change here in a minute. Here, let's go ahead and get it now. There's 100. There's 75 and 100. All right, so now I got a little change to work with. Get us a set of dice. Nothing looks good. There's 5-3-8. All right, dice are out, looking for a point. And we got a 6-4-10. 10 will be our point. Let's go with the 76 across with Uncle Mel's, or 76 inside. So there's $76. What that looks like is 20 on the 5 and 9. Whoa, get a roller. 20 on the 5 and 9, and then 18 on the 6 and 8. That is 76 inside. Uncle Mel at Craps Hawaii. I didn't get a chance to try this one out when we were at La Berge, but I probably should have. All right, nice out. That was 6-4-10, so point hit. Oh, and I didn't put odds behind. Well, that's my fault. I will not go back and retroactively put them back there. We'll just pay the flat. And that is mine, so we'll leave that there. Okay, we'll still leave that 15 on the point out there. Actually, we'll make it 20. And what we'll do with that, we'll do a crap check for $3 in the event that a craps number comes out. We're covered. That'll pay 21 and cover that 20. All right, we have a 3, 2, 5. So 5 will be our new point. We lose that. We can either keep this here or move it. What I'll go ahead and do, since that's 20, is I'll go ahead and put it behind the number there for the odds. And we still have 76 out there plus the pass line bet. Nice out. There is a hard 4. No help for us right now. And a 5, 3, 8. That does help. All right, so that 18 is going to pay 21. I am going to throw in $3. I don't have $3. There's 5. I'll take 2 and change. That $3 makes our winning 24. So again, just so it's visual for everybody, there is 20 and 4. 24 and 18 and 18 makes 60. So I will then take my 6 and 8 up to 30 each. And we'll put the rest of this back to the dealer because it's still the same amount of money. It's not money that I won in excess over what I am betting out here. So that's it. Hopefully you understand that explanation. So there's 30 on the 6 and the 8. Nice out. All right, we have a 4, 1, 5. So we got point hit. That'll go off. We have 20 on the pass line and 20 behind. That pays 3 to 2. So that's 30. All right, and we will bump up the pass line to a quarter. And we'll rack the rest of that. Actually, we'll condense that down. Whoa. There's 5 and 50. All right, and then I'll have to get change as well because I want to protect that $25 pass line bet. So I'm getting 5 for 5. So to protect that 25, I'll get $4 on the craps. That'll pay 28 should a craps number come out. If it doesn't, then I'm out $4. But I protect that 25 on the pass line. All right, so there is a hard 8. So we do lose that. 8 is our new point. Dealer, please move my 8 to the 5. We'll do that. And we will grab single odds on that 8. So another quarter behind there. All right, dice are out. And we have 3 craps, ace deuce. And a 5, 1, 6. All right, so that 6 will pay 18. I'm sorry, pay 18. 30 pays 35. What I am going to do though is, I'll go ahead and take that 35. But I'm going to take that 30 down to 18. So I'm going to go ahead and just rack this over here. Dealer, please take my 6 down to 18. There is a reason for that if you'll watch Uncle Mel's strategy. So that 18, and then that'll leave 12 change. So 12 will go back in our rack from that 30. So that's just part of his 76 strategy. I know I'm playing with the pass line, so it's kind of a little bit more difficult to maybe follow along. Just condensing these down. All right, so we now have $83 over there, so we covered our original 76. Nice out. And there is a 6, so we're right back on that. It's going to seem redundant, but I'm going to press that back up. All right, so 18 pays 21. I'm going to throw in just $3. $3 makes it 20. No, 18 pays 21. 24. Yeah, I'm going to take it to 42. That's what I was going to do. Okay, so 18 pays 21. Throw in 3, that makes it 24. There's our 21, so it's 24. Dealer, take my 6 to 42. So there's 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and 2, just so you see it. All right, so now I'm gonna tighten that up. Get some quarters, or 8 quarter. 25, 30, 35, 40, and 2. All right, so we have 42 on our 6. All right, dice out. And now we have 5, 1, 6, so that was a good hit. 42 is going to pay 49 or 50 for 1. Dealer, take my 6 to 60. All right, so we're going to start going up a little bit here, a little more semi-aggressively. All right, let's go ahead and condense that down. There's 4 quarters for a black chip. Always good to have that black chip over there. 4, 2, 6. All right, 6 is hot. So 60 is going to pay 70. All right, so it's 4 red, 2 green. Dealer take my 6 to 90. So we'll just add a green and a red, and we are at 90. And so we're racking $25, $30, $35, $40. Condense that down. There's 5 nickels for a quarter. Nice out. Hard 10. Puppy paws. We don't have anything on the 10 right now. And a 426. 6 remains hot. That 90 is going to pay 105. Dealer, we can either go to 120, or I have also taken it to 180 just to get up higher, or get up, quicker. So that's what I'm going to do right here. Since 6 seems to be hot, I'm just going to tell the dealer to take me to 180. So it's going to be a black chip on there, 3 green, and a red, or we're at 180. So we only rack $15, but since that 6 is hot, that 180 is now going to start paying black chips. All right, 639, that is 20 on the 9. That's going to pay 28. Dealer take my 9 to 40. There's 25, 30, 35, 40. And we'll rack $8. First few hits, you try to press up, get them up there so they can kind of start paying for themselves. There's a 415. That 30 is going to pay, 30 is going to pay what, 42? I believe 6 times 7, yeah, 42. So there's 40 and 2. Dealer take my 5 to 60. All right, so we'll rack $12 off of that. And let's condense some of that down. There's 5. Whoops. Yep. 5 singles for a nickel. And then, not too many there. 5 nickels for a quarter. All right, so we got that all tightened up. What do we got here? We got 60 on the 5, we got 40 on the 9, we got 180 on the 6, and we got that pass line back there with 25 and 25 odds. 314, we find the holes, nothing on that 4. Nice out. 415, all right, so that is a good hit. That's 60, pays 84, 75, 8, or 80. Or we'll do 85 for 1. Dealer take my 5 to 100. All right, so that we'll take those green there. There's 4 of them, and we got a $100 chip on the black. So we got $200 chips on the board, and we'll rack 45. That gives us a chance to condense a little bit of that down. There's 5 nickels for a quarter and 4 quarters for a black chip. So we now have over $200 in our rack from just this shooter. And at any time we can regress, or we could spread out. So I'm gonna give it one more roll. Of course, that is probably the dagger word right there. Nope, 314. Okay, so we lucked out. All right, dealer, take me to, what can we go? We could go 96 across, and that way we can kind of bank up some of this. Let's just go 96 across. All right, so one of those chips right there is going to pay for that. Actually, we'll just go ahead and take these 2 black chips, put them in our rack. There's 4 red chips. We'll put that in our rack. We'll take 5 red chips and swap it out for a quarter. And now we have $100 to pay our 96 across. So let's take that, get $4 change. And I guess we don't have to do 96 across. So let's backtrack for just a second. Let's take our $4 change back. All right, so we've got 100, right? So we really only need, what's 96 minus 18? I don't know. 96 minus 18, 76? No, that would be 78, I think. 78. All right, so we just need 78. So let's take that quarter back and we'll go 80. All right. So we'll go 80 for, and we'll get 2 change. So now we're going to place 78 across. That is 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, and then capping off our 6, 76, 77, 78. So we have 78 plus our 8 down there. Dice are out, finally. All right, we got a hard 8, so there's our point hit. That is good. That is 25 on the flat and 6 to 5 on the back, so that'll be 30 on odds. And just like that, we're gonna be racking a good amount there. It's $80. All right, so we're going to take 4 of those green and condense that down to a black chip. We're now at, what, 5 black chips over there? Why couldn't I have done this in Lake Charles? So now we got to get a new point. We'll leave that 5 or 25 out there. We do need to protect it. I'm going to take a nickel and get 5 singles and take 4 of those and put it on a crap check. So I could put it on the any craps down here, 7 to 1. I'm just putting it on the C, and it still pays 7 to 1. All right, so we're coming out, nice route, looking for a point, and our point is going to be a 5-1-6. All right, so that'll make it easy enough. We'll just say our point is 6. Dealer move my 6 to the 8. We lose our $4 crap check. Let's grab a quarter in odds behind for that 6, and we are off to the races. Nice route. 5-2-7. Well, the race just came to a screeching halt. So that is that for that shooter, which was me. I'm doing every other shooter for myself. So we got time. It's about 21 minutes into it. We got time for one more shooter, maybe. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, we made what, over $500 on me as the shooter. I got to get that to translate into real craps tables somehow. All right, so we're not the shooter. We're going to wait for a point to be set. Nicer out. We could play the pass line if we wanted, but I'd just prefer not to. It just depends. 6, hard 6. 6 is our point. So we are going to play the 8 for 30. We'll play the 9 for 20, and then let's get change. There is 4 quarters. That really doesn't help me. I'm going to get change for that quarter. All right, so there's 5 of those, and I'll play 5 or 20 on the 5. Well, I can play the 6 also. I'm not the shooter. Okay, so let's do that. So I guess that's a little different. We got 30, 30, 20, 20. So was that 60, 110? No. Yeah. No. That's 100. Okay, we'll just leave it as 100. Something a little different. There is a hard 10. Nice out. 4-2-6. All right, so that's 6. That 30 is going to pay 35. We're going to throw in $1. That makes that 36. I am going to take this $36 and ask the dealer to place my 6 and 8 for 18. Please take down the 30 on the 6 and 8. You will do that and hand it back to me. That does go back to me. This one goes to the dealer. And the dealer will take that 36 and put it on the 6 and 8. So just a little way to recoup some of your money in the beginning, and then you can press up after that. We'll do the same on the 5 and 9 if we get the chance to hit one of those. There's a 6-5 yo, no help. There's a 6-2-8. Now we could either take care of that 5 and 9, or we can start pressing the 6 and 8 back up. I'm going to go ahead and take care of the 5 and 9. All right, so we're going to go 20, or 18 is going to pay 21. And I am going to take 10 and put it on the 9, 10 and put it on the 5, and then we'll condense that down. That is 30 each on the 5 and 9. So it's kind of a little backwards, but like I said, I'm just kind of trying different things. 6, 4, 10. No help. 4, 1, 5. Okay, so now here's where we will go back down, regress, and recoup some money off of that. So that 30 pays 42. 6 times 7, 42, right? Right. All right, dealer, take my 5 and 9 back down to 20, please. He will do that. He or she. There's 20. I'm going to get change for that quarter. There is 25, so I'll take 20 of that and put it on the 9, and we are going to rack $50, $60, $62. We got 4 green there for a black chip. All right, so we're at black chip level on our bankroll or our rack, and we're down to 36, 46, 56, 66, 76, 76. There we go. We're back to Uncle Mel's strategy. All right, that is a 4-2-6. That is going to be point hit. 18 pays 21. Again, I'll put it out visually for you. 21. I'm going to take 3 of my rack money and put it out there. That makes 24. Dealer, take my 6 and 8 to 30 each. 24 and 36 is 60. 60 divided by 2 is 30, which is what we're going to place on both of those. Math. There we go. Try to make that as clean and quick as possible and still explain what I'm doing. All right, dice out. So we're going to be pressing up from here on out. There is a 4-2-6. 6 will be our new point. We're on it and we don't care because we're not on the pass line, so we're just going to stay on it. And we're going to take them all down because there's a 4-3-7. All right, so still not a bad session. And we're a little over 25 minutes, so we'll go ahead and make that the last shooter, and that's going to be the last part of this series. So let's see where we finished up. Let's get all this set out, and then we'll condense it down and see where we stand. Looks like we're going to be okay. All right, so there's 5 singles for a nickel. There's 5 nickels for a quarter. And that's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1100, 1175, 1180, 1185. So we started with 908, ended up with 1185. Hopefully I didn't make any mistakes, as I did try to break every win down and every press and every regress to where it's all hopefully correct. I'll catch it in editing. If I don't catch it, I know one of you will catch it. So please just leave a comment down below, let me know what I did wrong, and we'll make a correction on a later video. So that is the third in this series. I'm going to go ahead and just stop it there. What did we start out with in the very beginning? Did we start out with 300 or 500? I have to go back and look now. I think we started out with 500 because we went 500 to 443, 443 to 908, and then 908 to 1175, 80, 85. So 500 to 1185 and however many shooters. I think that was just 4 shooters, 5 shooters there. I'll put a number here. I'll go back and count as I edit. So that's it. I'm going to come back with some newer things or different things. Get away just from this, and maybe we'll address like how to play a cold table, choppy table. I've done a video on that before, but just try a different little variation or spin on that. So if you have any questions or comments, please put them down in the comments below. If you'd like to email, remain a little bit more anonymous, crapstx@gmail.com. Again, Craps Hawaii, Uncle Mel, right there is his banner. We did use a little bit of that 76 method in there, along with some other things that I just kind of, was winging it as I went. So, my name is Keith. Thank you so much. Before we head out, if you don't mind, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't yet, hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when we put out another video. The channel is CrapsTX. Again, my name is Keith, and I'll eventually end up on camera at some point. That way you can see my ugly mug. And yeah, that's going to do it for this video. We'll see you on the next one.